Hello and welcome back to the Bogey Lounge. I'm your host, Zach Burke. Today we are going to cover what happened at Augusta National and the Masters, as well as Travis is going to be our second podcast guest, the first person to appear two times, even though Neil technically appeared two times, but his recording wasn't recorded due to a failure on my end. Got that issue sorted out, though, hopefully, unless I go check this. We just recorded with Travis. If I go check and his voice was not there, I'll be very, very frustrated. But pretty sure I have that sorted out, and I think I've sorted out all the technical difficulties now with this being the seventh podcast. So we're in the groove of things now. We know what we're doing, and we just got golf to cover now, not to have to worry about too much technical difficulties. But at the Masters this week, last year, we obviously this is the first year of the podcast. So last year we would have been talking heavily about Rory McIlroy winning the. About Rory McIlroy winning the Masters last year, his first Masters championship, and completed the career Grand Slam. Now, I just want to look up to be sure I quote this correctly on what number of person he was or how many people have done it so far, because that's obviously a phenomenal achievement, even though it's a year old getting to it, but it's a phenomenal achievement, and six golfers have completed that achievement. Rory being the sixth, with Gene Sarzan, Ben Hogan, Gary Player, Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, and then Rory McIlroy, the first person to do it since Tiger in the early 2000s. I don't know when Tiger actually completed the Grand Slam, but somewhere in the early 2000s. Actually, I could check right now just to get it right for you here. But obviously, that was phenomenal. One of six people to ever do it. And this year, you would think, how much more history can we have at the Masters in back-to-back years? Well, this year, we saw history again. And let's see here, Tiger completed the Grand Slam in... Wow, that's crazy. Tiger completed the Grand Slam in 2000. He won one of all of them. His first four majors were all different ones. And then he went on... So he won the 97 Masters, 99 PGA. Then he went on to win four straight major championships: the U.S. Open, the PGA, and then the Masters. So, and then that following year, when Tiger would have completed what is considered the Tiger Slam, Tiger went back to back at the Masters, being only the third person at the time to have ever gone back to back at the Masters, joining Jack Nicklaus and Nick Faldo. And this year, Rory goes back-to-back, becoming the fourth person ever to complete the back-to-back, or to be a back-to-back Masters champion. So, or to defend the Masters title, I guess I really should say. So it was a crazy week, to be honest. At one point, it looked like Rory was just going to completely run away with it. Ended up being close. He won by one shot over Scotty. And to put this in perspective, Rory, after round two, well, Rory was the 18-hole leader, the 36-hole leader, the 54-hole leader, and the 72-hole leader, obviously. Technically, he was tied with Cam Young for the 54-hole leader, and he was tied with Sam Burns for the 18-hole leader, but he was the leader after every round. He starts off the first two rounds 12 under, shoots a 67-65. He has a six-shot lead on the field. It was the largest Masters lead ever through 36 holes, beating out a tie of about 5 or 6 other golfers who had a 5-shot lead. All had won with a 5-shot lead except for one, and it looked like it was the gentleman who had the first 5-shot lead lost. I'm not sure who it was. I didn't recognize the name. It was from the 30s, so almost 100 years ago now. But everyone who had a 5-shot lead in modern times has won the Masters, and he had a 6-shot lead through 36 holes. Follows that up with a 1/73 on Saturday to be tied for the lead with Cam Young at 11 under. And because Cam Young went 73, 67, 65. So pretty much the exact opposite of Rory. Almost the exact opposite. But pretty much the exact opposite of Rory. So it made out for an exciting day. At one point, I think there was 6 people tied for second place. There was multiple different leaders. Cam Young was the outright leader at one point. Justin Rose was the outright leader at one point. Justin Rose was actually up by 2 shots at one point because Rory in his final round went which holes did he? Yeah, Rory goes. Well, why did it just go away? Rory goes double bogey on the par 3 fourth where he three putted, and he three putted from about 5 feet. I mean, he pulled two putts in a row to three putt, and then he bogeys six. And at that point in time, he was down two or maybe even three shots on Justin Rose, I think. Obviously, he ended up persevering from that point on. He went three under par to shoot a 71. And even though when it was close, Travis and I talked about it a little bit later. One point that I made, even in the moment, was yes, because Rory's known for blowing leads and choking leads. He did it at the Masters and when he was really young. He did it when DeChambeau beat him in the U.S. Open. People have put him and made him become synonymous with people who blow leads, even though he's now a 6-time major champion, so clearly he's not blowing too many leads. But he looked like it could have been another case of Rory blowing a lead, and I made the great point that if you were to tell Rory on Wednesday night, Thursday morning, that going into Sunday he was going to be in a final pairing and was going to be tied for the lead, he would be ecstatic. And I'm sure that was his thought process at that moment. Like, yes, I had a bad round 3. Cam Young had a brilliant round 3, but I'm in the best position that I want to be, which is having a chance to win the Masters. So obviously it would have been great if he had a 6-shot lead going into the final round or a 10-shot lead and ran away with it like Tiger did for his first one. But another point that I also made too is when he was 12 under after the first 2 rounds, I told myself Rory could go 72-72 and win the Masters. And that's essentially what he did. He went 73-71 and won the Masters. A 12 under is normally a good enough score to win the Masters. I think Rory won last year at 11 under. So 12 under is normally a really good score to win. So it was pretty apparent at the time that even with that struggling third round, as long as he got the job done on Sunday, which he did, he was going to be able to win. He put himself in position to win, and that's all you need to do for the first 54 holes of the golf tournament, where the inverse, Scotty, who came in second, and he's been doing this all year, has been fighting back into position to try to win. And Scotty ended up losing by 1. He missed a birdie putt on 17, and he would have been 3 birdies in a row. That wasn't able to birdie 18 to put himself at 12 under, which would have forced the playoff. But at the same time, he's been struggling for the first, we've talked about it almost every week, it feels like. He's struggling before the weekend. He shot 2 under 70 on the first day, but then follows it up with a 74 to go into the weekend even par. Now, he shoots 12 under or 11 under the next 2 days, shooting 67 or 65, 68. So obviously fought his way back up in the leaderboards, but he's been, it seems like, playing from behind every week. But obviously still phenomenal finishes from the whole year. Once he figures out how to put himself in better position to start and not playing from a disadvantage, even though he's doing pretty good playing at a disadvantage. He'll be winning golf tournaments. Won't be shocked if he wins another major this year to add to his. He has 4. He had to add to his 4, and maybe he also has a chance to complete the career Grand Slam this year as well. So could be watching out for that this year. But I want to go back to talking about Rory because it really felt like the tide shifted on the 12th hole. Rory hit a phenomenal shot into the 12th hole, obviously a historic 12th hole, and made a birdie. And it was the 4th birdie of the day, I want to say. So obviously with him being the last group, there was only 4 birdies on that day. And that's really where the momentum seemed to shift. Justin Rose, who was in the lead at the time, bogeyed that hole. Justin Rose also bogeyed 11. I think Rose was the group right in front of Rory, if I'm not mistaken. So I think that is when Rory took the lead. Maybe he tied the lead at 11. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember exactly where he took the lead. But that right there is what almost... I mean, that didn't seal it. Obviously, he had some more holes to play, and then 13 was a big turning point as well. Cam Young and him were both putting for birdie on 13. Cam Young missed his birdie putt. I think at the time Cam Young was down by 1, or maybe he was down by 2. But Cam Young misses his birdie putt, and then Rory makes his. So 2-stroke swing on Cam Young, who was in second at the time too. So Rory was able to then follow it out by going par, 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 only needing a bogey on 18 to win. And he hit his shot right into the trees, hit a fantastic recovery shot, got chipped onto the green, 2-putted for bogey to win. Almost made the par putt, actually. But had a 6-inch tap in to win his second Masters, second in a row, 4th person to go back-to-back at Augusta. And he made he made a joke last year saying that he hopes he would be the one to put the green jacket on himself next year. And for those of you who don't know, the previous Masters champion puts the green jacket on the new Masters champion. And although I couldn't even remember if that's how it worked when you go back to back, because I guess I was 1 when Tiger did it, so I didn't even see it. But I knew that he didn't put it on himself, but the president of the club puts it on him. So not exactly like he said, but pretty much kind of exactly like he said. And he was. I think having, Travis and I talk about it a little bit, but I think having that Masters championship already won took so much pressure off him to be able to win it again. He had said in one of his, either it was after a round, maybe it was after the first round or second round, I can't even remember. Maybe it was before the tournament. He had made a comment that, at the end of the day, no matter what he does here, he gets to go to the champion's locker and put on his green jacket. And that definitely lifts a lot of weight off your shoulders, just knowing, hey, I've done this. If I don't do it, it's not the end of the world. I'm a Masters champion. I get to play this tournament for as long as I am able to. Lifetime exemption to the Masters when you win. And, everyone else around him is chasing their first green jacket, except for Scotty. And then I guess Patrick Reed was in there for a little bit, and he's won a Masters. But for the most part, everyone around him is chasing their first green jacket. And I really want to say that, whether it's accurate or not, but it definitely helps. Maybe not be the full reason, but I think it's one of the reasons why Rory was able to keep a level head in the final rounds compared to the field outside of Scotty, who obviously played phenomenal, but was just playing from too far behind because he already has a green jacket. Scotty also already has a green jacket, but that definitely lifts some pressure off of your shoulders, knowing that at the end of the day, you still are a Masters champion, and that's something that'll never be able to be taken away from you. And you get to put on that green jacket. You get to go to the Champions Dinner every year. You get to be part of that historic club, and as a Masters winner, and which is probably the most distinguished Masters or major title you can win, and that definitely helps. And it definitely probably helped. I don't think Rory mentioned it at the end, but he definitely took some pressure off his shoulders for sure, especially at one point being down, I think 2 or 3 to Justin Rose, and being able to stay resilient and win a second green jacket in a row. Now, it is Rory's first win of the year. It was his 30th win all time as well. So Rory is really climbing the ranks. It's a 6th major championship. I was looking it up yesterday. I think only about 14 people have 6. I'll just double check that. Obviously, only 6 people have won all of the majors, which Rory has. But I think only championship totals. I think he is probably tied 11th, I think is what it said. Here it is. Rory is obviously Jack is first with 18, Tiger 15, and then Walter Hagen at 11. Only people in double figures. But Rory is at 6, tied for 12th. So only 11 people have more major titles than him. And all the people on that list are legendary golfers. You got Tiger, Jack, Walter Hagen, Ben Hogan, Gary Player, Tom Watson, Harry Vardon, who I would never even recognize that name either. Most people won it, but he stopped playing golf or won his last tournament in 1914. So, older name there. Bobby Jones, Gene Sarzan. Oh my gosh, I always pronounce his name wrong. Gene Sarzan. Sam Snead, Arnold Palmer, Lee Trevino. Oh, sorry, Lee Trevino has 6, and Arnold Palmer. So only those golfers ahead of him, and now he's tied with Lee Trevino, Nick Faldo, Phil Mickelson. So only 15 people have won 6 major championships. So obviously, in a different tier of history now, Brooks Koepka has 5 for reference, as could have a chance to join this year. Played pretty well this weekend. Scotty at 4. Seems like Scotty will inevitably have 6, but you never know. Rory was stuck at 4 forever, so you never really know. But of those are the main ones to note. A couple other people have, I think Spieth has 3. Yes, Spieth has 3. So Spieth will also be looking to maybe potentially complete the Grand Slam this year if he wins the PGA. And then Scotty, we already mentioned it, but he needs the U.S. Open. So, and then if Phil's playing in it, which I don't think he is, he'd have to qualify for it on his own. He needs the U.S. Open to complete the Grand Slam. Historically, I think he has like 11 second places at the U.S. Open. He actually has not 11. He has 6, but a lot of second places for him there. But obviously, Rory just elevating himself on the all-time list. My dad and I are arguing whether he's a top 10 golfer of all time. I think last year when he completed the Grand Slam, he kind of elevated himself into a top 10 golfer of all time. But he also won his 30th golf tournament, which not many people have won 30 golf tournaments either. It's a lot more than they've won 6 majors, but he now is positioned at... Oh, actually, it's really not that much. Only 18 people have won 30 golf tournaments. So, really climbing up the leaderboards. And I think I saw a list of most majors in the last 40 years. He's second now, tied with Phil and Nick Faldo, I think. Or maybe Nick has 7, but right around there. So, I think he almost undoubtedly is a top 10 golfer of all time now. Love him or hate him. I know a lot of people hate him. I love him. I was also talking to my friend Luke, and Travis and I talk about it a little bit too. It's just, I don't understand the hate. I know people hate Bryson too, and I love Bryson. I know people are mad at Rory for practicing at Augusta prior to playing, but I don't know what you want from him. He wants to win another green jacket. He's doing the best he can do, putting himself in the best position to win another green jacket and defend his Masters championship. And to act like everyone out here isn't doing the same thing. You know, even if they're playing in the Vallejo Texas Open or the Houston Open before this, they're still getting ready for the Masters. Whether they're playing the course or not, they're still preparing to win the Masters. Every single one of these guys in the field, all 91 guys, they want to win the Masters. I know there's some amateurs in there who really have very little shot to win the Masters, but they all want to win the Masters. And you know, there's other people in there who are previous Masters champions who have the same ability to go play the course as much as Rory did. And another point that I made with Travis, and I made to my fiance Tasha, and I'm going to make again, is he can practice as much as he wants. It's not the tournament conditions. The greens are slower when you're there. It's not the same green speeds. The greens are faster for the Masters. The rough is thicker. The pressure is higher. You still have to go out and execute. Like you can be mad at Rory and think he had an advantage for practicing as much as he did. Whatever. He still had to go out and execute, which he did. He went out and executed, and he won his second green jacket in his 6th major championship. And, you know, maybe be looking to complete the Grand Slam for the second time, which would be if he could win I believe he needs the Open and the U.S. Open. That is correct. He needs the Open and the U.S. Open, which the Open always on the table for him. He's a European golfer. European golfers do well in the Open Championships because it's played in Europe. He's used to those conditions. It's always played in the United Kingdom area. He grew up in the United Kingdom area, being from, I keep saying he was from Northern Ireland. Is he from Northern Ireland? Yes, he's from Northern Ireland, being from Northern Ireland. So he obviously is used to the conditions out there of the weather and the wind, etc. So you never know. Someone to watch out for that. I said that last year too, and he ended up not winning. But he'll be watching out for him to maybe potentially win another major championship this year, and maybe even Scotty win another major championship this year as well. It's obviously phenomenally hard to win 2, let alone 2 in 1 year. I think Rory's done it. Yeah, Rory did it in 2014. Scotty obviously did it last year. I think Spieth did it. Actually, I think Spieth won his 3 in like a 5 start span, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I'll just check that too, because I like having the factual information on here. Let's see. Pretty close. He won the Masters in 15, the Open in 15, or the U.S. Open in 15, then won the Open in 17. He also finished second in the PGA in 2015. If you weren't watching golf in 2015, it looked like Jordan Spieth was going to be the next Tiger Woods. Let's see, right around that time, I'll pull up all his finishes in major championships during that time because it's crazy and cool to note. Yeah, so he tied second in 2014 for the Masters. Didn't do tremendously great in the rest of them. He tied 17th, was his next highest finish in the U.S. Open. But then he wins the Masters. He then wins the U.S. Open, winning back-to-back major championships because at the time the U.S. Open was played next. And then he goes tied fourth in the Open, second place in the PGA, and then second place again in the Masters in 2016. And he famously choked in 2016 to blow the lead. But you're looking at a six major championship span. His worst finish is tied fourth. If you remove that, he won or was second or tied second for every single major championship. And then he went on, finished in top 30, top 10 for PGA, top 10, 11 next year for the Masters, top 35 next year at US Open, and then won the Open. So, and then he finished third again the following year, 2018, in the Masters. So in a 5-year span at the Masters, his worst finish was tied 11th. Next worst was third, and he had a win in 2 second places. So at that time of the year, Jordan Spieth was really looking like he was the next Tiger Woods. So another reference to, I know Scotty seems inevitable, but you never know. It's just so hard to win. It really could be. I know I said it earlier, 10 years was the gap, or 11 years was the gap from Rory to win from 4 to 5, and now only 1 year from 5 to 6. But I mean, it's very possible that it could take Scotty 11 years to win another major championship. It's possible he might never win another major championship, but it does feel like the way Scotty's been playing, and even this year, not only one win this year, but I mean, he's competing in every tournament, and he just needs to figure out how to play better before the weekend. Let's see, his finishes this year are: he won the first round, tied third, fourth, tied 12th, tied 24th, tied 22nd, and second. So we're talking about Scotty like he is playing bad, and his worst finish is tied 22nd, or tied 24th, sorry. And besides that, he's top 15 for 6 tournaments now, top 5 for 4. So obviously he's playing great. he has a chance to win every tournament he plays in. Obviously the odds of Vegas also show that he's always hot, first on the odds list. If not, he's second. So I think he's been first every week. But now we're coming into a good stretch of golf. This is probably the best stretch of golf in the year. We just had the Masters Championship, the first major. We get the RBC Heritage, which is we get the RBC Heritage, which is another signature event, one of the 7, I believe, that there is. And then we get into the Miami Championship, which I also believe is a major or a signature event. I don't know why it's not popping up on my. Am I going backwards in dates? Oh yeah, sorry, I have it on complete. No, this is upcoming. I'm gonna have to double check to see if my golf schedule is wrong, but we have a few signature events. The Truist Championship also a signature event. I don't know why the Miami Championship is not coming up here. I think it's actually, is it the Miami Cadillac Championship? And that's why. Yeah, it's called the Cadillac Championship now. Oh, I missed a week on this. That's why. Oh, whoops. I guess I'm going to have to add that in. The Zurich Classic is not a major championship, or sorry, signature event, but it is between the Cadillac and the RBC Heritage. RBC Heritage, also really cool because you win a jacket if you win. It's a plaid jacket. So we have that coming up. We'll see if Justin Thomas has a chance to repeat. Scotty also won a couple years ago, so he's been playing well because I'm going to keep an eye out for as well. But then after all that, in May 14th, we have the PGA Championship. So big stretch of golf, lots of signature events, 2 major championships, and it'll really open up our leaderboard and for the fantasy golf. But obviously, exciting golf to come to play, and we'll see what we have going on in store for there. But for now, I want to get to my portion with Travis, so we'll get to that. All right, so we're joined again by my good buddy Travis, who's our second time guest. He's here because he won the Masters for the Fantasy Golf League. So that he actually has won both of the majors now. He won the Players, which we count as a major, and then he won the Masters. And you kind of had a comeback too. Let's see here. After round one, you were in 8th place, and you were 9 shots off the lead. By round 2, you were still tied, or you were tied 5th, and you were 13 shots off the lead. Round 3 on moving day, you jumped up to 3rd, and you were 5 shots off the lead, and then you ended up winning by 2 shots over Corey, who had to lead the whole week, I believe. Let's just check that. Yep, Corey. Yep. So you jumped Corey, who thought he was going to be a first-time guest on this pod, and he was asking me if he was coming on if he won, and I told him yep. But unfortunately, you mounted an amazing comeback down 13, and now you are safely first in the overall standings at 26 overall points. You're 7.5 points ahead of Corey, who's in second, and you are 7.5 points ahead of Corey in your conference, and then in your division's apparently the best because Corey is in second place and he's second in the division, and you're 7.5 points ahead of him. So, yeah, with a few more signature events left and a couple more majors, you're looking like you're in a good spot to make the playoffs.
Yeah, the boys definitely had a good weekend. I personally didn't get to watch any of the Masters.
Really?
Thursday we had our home tournament, so I was busy doing that all day, and then Friday and Saturday, um, I actually had to drive our women's flag football team
You guys have a
to
women's
their
flag football
tournament.
team? That's awesome. Is it a
Yeah.
varsity sport?
So most schools consider it a club.
Okay, yeah.
I'll be honest, I still don't know what our school classifies it as.
Probably club.
Um, so I was busy all day Friday and Saturday with that, and then yesterday, Sunday, I had about a 8 hour drive back home to Michigan, and I had it playing over the radio, but I still didn't get to watch.
Yeah, golf you
For me,
can listen to. It's pretty easy
it
to
was
listen to.
definitely a new experience. Just kind of listening and kind of having to visualize it yourself.
Yeah.
I actually really enjoyed it, and it also made the drive go a lot smoother because something had me locked in the whole
Yeah.
time, which was nice. But yeah, after round one, I was like, whatever, we're out of this week. And then kind of as the day started going, I'm like, and then Sunday, I'm like, if we could make a run at this, and then during when they're doing their broadcast of Sunday, they're always mostly showing the leaders throughout the
Yep.
whole round. And if they show somebody on like 17, more than likely it's going to be something good. So when they'd be like, "Oh, we have Jordan Spieth on 13. Oh, he makes eagle." I'm like, "Okay, like we might be moving in a good direction here." But yeah, it was.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. You just kind of had, your first day was rough. Your team shot 1 over par, but then your next day you were 10 under par because Cam Young played. Cam Young was 5 under himself, and then you were 12 under par because Cam Young was 7 under himself. Then Cam Young shot another 73, but Spieth and Hovland and Homa stepped up with 68, 67, 67. So you actually had your best day that day, and you shot, let's see what this be, 14 under par for your team. So kind of just like perfect example of how we take the top 3 scores, and you probably see it a lot too for coaching golf, taking the top 4 scores. Like, doesn't matter who's been playing well, as long as you have 4 solid scores, or in this
Yeah.
case 3 solid scores. Doesn't matter who it comes from. Just if it happens at the right time, it happens at the right time. I mean, if
And I think the biggest thing for our fantasy golf is, you got to have at least four guys make the
You
cut.
do. It's so
You
important.
have to.
You had all
Five,
five.
five is clutch. Four is crucial
Yeah,
because when you get to three and they all have to post a number, it's like, oh, it gets a little shaky.
it does. And
So,
I mean, for reference too, I mean, even though it's the first day, but if you only had three guys, you could have had to take you if Victor Hovland and Sanjay M shot 75, 76, and then if you only had three guys for the final round and what it was Sanjay M, he shot a 77. So you would have had to take a 77, which would have had a +9 to your score. So,
hmm
I mean, and that's like looking at Luke too. Luke had four guys make the cut, and he had Shane Lowry card in 80 and didn't have to count it. You know, where some people had only two people make the cut, and since we only had two people make the cut, penalty scores 81. That makes a huge difference. You know, you're looking at, you know, not having to take a high score like that, such a massive advantage for having players make the cut. I mean, I even though in my case too, I had five guys make the cut, and I still finished I think seventh. So like sometimes it's not all the case. All my guys just played average, you know. But you just gotta get a couple good scores and have most of your team play decent, and like you did, and not have to take a high score like that, and you can win.
hmm yeah.
Now, since you are the Masters champion, you get to host a Masters dinner. I asked, you actually aren't hosting it though. That would be funny. Everyone drive out to Muskegon for a Masters dinner. Travis is cooking. Um, but if you had a Masters dinner, what would it be? I asked Andy last week, and Andy actually went with a salad his wife makes. I told him he could have more courses, but I'm sure you've seen all the Masters dinners over the years. You can make it as dramatic as you want, as simple as you want. You can have alcohol. You don't have to have alcohol. Whatever you want.
See, I'm a little bit on the bigger side here, so we're gonna go a little appetizer, probably like a some type of like soft pretzel, maybe
Ooh,
soft pretzel
with
and
beer cheese.
cheese, something like that. Yeah,
Oh
something
yeah.
along those lines. Get it started. Maybe have a little cold snack with it or something, And then main course, probably going pretty simple. Probably just like a bacon cheeseburger, maybe.
Ooh, you can never go wrong with a bacon cheeseburger. Though. I
That-
mean, I
That's
could eat a
gonna
bacon
fill you
cheeseburger for the rest of my life. I feel like.
up. Then dessert, probably going. I'm a big cheesecake guy.
Okay. Just regular cheesecake, traditional cheesecake, or one of the fancy ones from Cheesecake Factory.
It might be boring, but I don't know if you've gone to like Meyer or something. You see like the variety platters. Get a couple regular, a couple turtle.
Okay.
You know, not everyone just wants the basic. Or like you said, call up the old boys at Cheesecake Delivery. I've never ate there myself.
Dude, their menus are crazy. They have like 4,000 menu items. There's like 200 different cheesecakes. It's crazy.
Call them in. Like bring in the truck. Yeah, just bring them all.
Bring them
Bring
all.
them all. We're gonna have some samples of that, and then yeah, that's probably it.
Any drinks or no?
We'll probably have like some whiskey and cokes going around, a little rum and coke. No light liquor. We ain't going light liquor. A couple beer options. Probably about it.
It's
Yeah.
like that's like such an American meal. I think
I
when
was
Tiger
when you
first won, he had like a American meal like that. It was like I think he had like McDonald's cheeseburgers. I don't think it was actually McDonald's cheeseburgers. It was something like that.
well, as soon as you texted me like try to come up with a menu, I was like, damn, this is like American as can be going on right now. But that's what I'm going with.
And honestly,
Probably
I think that's what I'd
pretty
probably do too.
pretty
American food.
pretty simple, but some good options in there. Little variety. I almost might go for the appetizer, like a couple of them, maybe like some,
Rory had four, so
yeah, like some, maybe just like a sampler, like some pretzels and cheese, mozzarella sticks, maybe like some boneless wings flying around.
Travis is calling it Applebee's for his appetizer sampler.
I might just call up Chili's. Hey, bring all the triple dippers you got. Let's go.
Yeah, I think I'd probably. I'd definitely. I feel like I'd have wings. I'd have burgers. Maybe I'd make it a little fancy. Maybe I'd do like wings and sliders, and then I'd do like a fillet for the entree. I feel like if I did a fillet with an entree, I can't do beer. I'd want to do beer. I feel like I guess I could do beer and whiskey. Whiskey goes good with steak. Can't complain about that.
No, no, but like you're saying, it's like I feel like it's a pretty generic, but like just solid overall.
Yeah.
Like I don't really do like a bunch of exotic food. Like I've never had like sushi. I guess we could throw in like some Mexican in there, maybe like some good tacos or something, maybe some pasta. But yeah, I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it.
Scotty one of the years had chicken tortilla soup, and I just saw some clip of him. Someone was asking him about his. I can't remember if it was his first one or his second one. I think it was his second one, but he had chicken tortilla soup, and I guess it was really spicy. And he didn't expect it to be that spicy. He said he would look over and some of the older guys like Jack and them were coughing. And he's like, "I'm sorry, guys, I didn't know it'd be this spicy."
Probably hitting a couple of those.
Yeah, but I don't know. I really liked Rory's meal this year. Tasha, my
See,
fiance, is making me eat more fancier, healthier things, and I've grown accustomed to the taste of them. But I still will never. You take me to a restaurant, I'm getting a burger, I'm getting wings. I'm still very simple in that aspect. But I would have wanted to
and
try Rory's.
for me, just because I am an avid non-Rory fan, congrats to him. You got to respect the greatness. Just personally, not a fan. Just because it's his meal, I'm good.
I feel like he might do something simpler now because he won already, or since he won again. But I'm shocked that you're not a Rory fan. And my buddy was texting me that too. That he was like, I really don't want Rory to win. And it's so weird. Rory gets so much hate, and I feel like Bryson also gets so much hate. And I love both of them as golfers. I think they're both tremendous golfers.
See, for me, it's kind of like I'll kind of compare it to LeBron,
Okay.
right? Like probably for a majority of my life growing up, I was like, oh, MJ's the GOAT, Bron, whatever.
Yeah.
Not a fan of Bron. But it gets to a point like you truly have to respect the
Yeah.
greatness,
For sure.
right? Like, and Rory, like, I'm glad he won. That's awesome. Like, especially last year watching him win the Grand Slam
Yeah.
and then this year following it up. Like, that's awesome. Rory's great. He's might go down as the greatest European golfer ever.
Hmm.
But for me, I'm just like just not a fan.
Yeah.
I don't
See,
know.
when I started watching golf, it was right around when Rory won his first major. I don't know if it was before or right around the same time. I mean, obviously I watched golf a little bit before then, but I'm not I'm a little older than you, but I don't really remember Tiger being dominant at all. I remember my dad watching Tiger. I don't think I really knew the difference between like the PGA Championship and the Valspar Championship. Like they were just
See, and
golf
like
tournaments to me.
and me growing up, I was so involved in other sports. Like every season, I had something going on:
Yep.
hockey, basketball,
Yeah, exactly.
soccer, baseball, golf. So like, I was never sitting down watching golf
Hmm.
probably until like late high school. So I like never saw the Tiger
Yeah,
dominance and
exactly.
truly how good he was. I saw more of the backlash and Tiger's a terrible person and now
Yeah.
he's not even golfing.
Yep.
But like me for what Tiger did for the game, I'll always be a Tiger fan. It just kind of sucks to see outside of golf things
Yep.
hurting his golf reputation.
Yeah, I agree. It does suck, and it's weird too because I once told someone I like Tiger Woods, and they were like, "Why do you like Tiger? Like he cheats on his wives, he does this." I'm like, "Listen, I don't have to like look up to what he does off the course. He's a tremendous golfer. I like him as a golfer, and I think I say the same thing a lot about a lot of other athletes. Like if I can disagree with athletes on different things and still like them. I feel like nowadays people are so accustomed to the athlete or support or the musician I support has to live up to my expectations when it comes to life outside of that and life outs like even like politics. People get mad that they don't support the same politician. It's just like, listen, they're a golfer, they're a professional athlete. Like them for professional golf, you can set the other stuff aside. You can like them for whatever sport they play. Set the other stuff aside.
Plus, I feel bad almost because being a professional athlete, especially in America, they are under such a
Yeah.
microscope. Anything they do, A basketball player, NBA. Look how much media is in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
They can be on the court. Their teammate can pass to somebody else, and they can kind of like step back a little bit. That's going to be on Instagram,
Yep.
Twitter, all that within 10 seconds. He's mad he's not getting the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like the narratives that are drawn up about professional athletes is insane to me.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
like,
And it's almost like last year too, when people were mad that Rory wasn't talking to Bryson during the final pairing. It's like he's trying to win a golf tournament. Like Tiger would never
yeah,
talk. I just saw Tiger talking about when he was paired up with Phil in one of the final pairings in the Masters, and they never said anything to each other except for I guess Tiger outdrove him with a 3-wood on 13, and Phil hit a driver, and Phil mentioned one thing, and he said it was the first time they talked all around. And I guess Tiger said Phil said, "You always hit your 3-wood that far," and Tiger went, "I normally hit it farther."
see, and the thing that bothers me, like golf and all professional sports as a whole, media and reporters can say whatever they want to them.
Mm-hmm.
But when an athlete finally hits that point where they're like, "Oh, that's too far. I'm gonna stand up for myself,"
Yeah.
they're the bad guy.
Yeah.
I don't like Rory with the whole Bryson thing. He shouldn't have had to explain himself
Yeah.
why he was locked in on his round of golf.
Exactly.
So,
Especially golf too. When I mean, I was pretty good at talking during rounds. I mean, I was famous for at practice talking like in the middle of my backswing and then hitting the ball and then keeping on talking. But like I don't know, that helped me focus. Like I was so used to like noise all around me from basketball, and like
right.
being like I'm just was so used to like some type of noise where the silence was almost too deafening. It was just the silence was loud, I guess. But and so I like talking, and I was able to refocus. Maybe I should have focused a little more. But I mean, when you're that level of golf, like you hit a shot like and you're trying to win the Masters, trying to win $4.5 million, the career Grand Slam, the major championship. It's like you hit your ball and it's like, all right, where am I going to be at? What's my next shot going to be? What's where am I looking to land this ball on the green? There's so many other things going through your mind. You don't need to be like, hey Bryson, how's the weather?
And plus, the thing too is like, again, kind of attacking the media here, but like the availability they have to the athletes. I mean, they walk right off the green. Sometimes they don't even get off the green. Here comes a reporter.
Yep.
What'd you think of hole four when you hit it in the trees?
Mm-hmm.
Answer. It's like give them some time to breathe. Like and I think you would see completely different answers if you gave them 30 minutes to an hour to kind of relax after the
Yeah.
round. It's like NBA. They're in the locker room.
Yeah, they get interviewed right
Sometimes
away.
they're just in a
Like you
towel, like they're not
haven't even
even
showered yet.
ready. And here they come. Hey, when you got into it with LeBron, what happened there? It's like,
Mm-hmm.
give me some time. Let me maybe have a post game meal. Get
Let me recuperate my
get out of
thoughts.
the arena.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like let my
it's
emotions dial down a little bit. And Rory also every year prior to last year, every year the conversation with the media before the tournament was, "Are you ever going to win one of these?"
yeah, it's like you think I'm not chasing that?
Yeah, like
Like
you think
that's
I'm not trying
obviously
to? Like, yeah, no, actually, I don't want to win a Masters. The biggest major, the
yeah,
coolest major to win. I don't want to win one.
I don't need it.
Yeah,
It's like you're just like they're almost trying to bait them into saying something.
yeah, and for a
Like,
little bit it looked like Rory was going to blow it, and I knew he was going to go right back to if he would have lost, he was going to go right back to hey because he said it. He said it, I think, at the end of the first round or maybe before the first round. He's like, hey, at the end of the day, no matter what happens here, I get to go put my green jacket on in the champion's locker room. It's like, I almost feel like that probably helped him be able to, like, you know, everyone else is trying to win another, well, except for really Scotty, everyone else is trying to win their first green jacket. And it's like,
yeah,
there's extra added pressure there. And Rory knows at the end of the day, he gets to go to the Champions Dinner next year. He gets to play the Masters for the rest of his life if he wants to. And he gets to go put on his green jacket no matter what. So that definitely takes some of the pressure off for sure.
and can you imagine like how Instagram, Twitter, every news outlet pretty much across the world would have blown up if he like lost that lead and
Mm-hmm.
lost the Masters? It would have been
Oh,
right
yeah.
on his head. It's like, can we not just appreciate the fact that this is the best golf tournament of the year? And
Absolutely.
someone like, I don't know.
I didn't see any interviews from Rory before the final round, or after the third round when I think he shot one over and he ended up being tied for the lead. But I saw some stuff on TikTok and some stuff on Twitter of people being like, "Oh, Rory's gonna blow it again," and I'm like, listen, if you told Rory on Wednesday night that going into Sunday, he'd be teeing off in the final group tied for the lead in Masters. He would be happy no matter what. So who cares if he had a 6-shot lead and now he's tied for the lead? He's tied for the lead for the Masters still. He's absolutely ecstatic. He has a chance to go win the Masters.
And then the media is going to ask him a question like, "Would you rather have a win that's right down to the wire or a runaway?" I think you're going to take the runaway and
Yeah.
just be like, "Okay, get me out of here. Just like let's just keep it even flow and just let me kind of coast to a victory rather than tense over every shot."
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
And now you got people complaining that he was practicing for 3 weeks at the Masters before. It's like, come on, like first off, I heard anyone who's invited can actually go do that, but like he doesn't have to go play in the Vallejo Texas Open. He doesn't care. He's it's not like he
it's
needs the
like,
FedEx Cup points or anything.
yeah, a lot of the big names usually don't play in those
Yeah,
anyway.
exactly.
They're practicing at Augusta too. It might not be the same frequency.
Yeah,
That's just what he game planned going in. That was smart of him.
exactly. It's
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 just like any pro athlete watching film.
yeah,
They're gonna know
it's
so
almost
much
like
more.
acting like too like even when these guys are playing these other tournaments, it's like almost acting like none of them are preparing for Augusta. It's like they were all preparing. They all played the
Yeah,
same course.
they all showed up Wednesday night. Just got some sleep, woke up, didn't even go to the range. They just
Yep,
went and played.
they
No,
pulled the
they
John
all
Daly.
prepared. Like no one's talking about the fact that was it Patrick Cantlay hit like over 1,000 range
Yeah,
balls. I seen like one thing on that, and last year when Bryson was doing it, it was like, oh my God, look how many shots Bryson's hitting, blah 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 blah. Like, why are we giving some players a different standard than others?
yeah. These guys are all trying to win. Some of them have their own different ways to win. Like I would probably if I was playing a multi-day tournament, I don't know if I would ever go to the range to try to fix a swing mistake because I think I would just end up ruining my swing more. I would try to play
Right.
with what I have, but some people really want to hit balls and pound balls, or if you're pulling putts or something, some people really want to focus on that. And I made a point to Tasha today when we were on the way to the grocery store. I would because she was asking me about it. I was like, yeah, Rory may have played. Who cares if he played Augusta every day prior up to the Masters for 3 weeks, which I know he didn't, but let's just say he did. First off, the green speeds are way faster for the Masters. The rough is way longer. The pressure is way different. The tournament conditions are just way different in general. And then also, he's already played the tournament like 14, 15 times or whatever. So he has that advantage over someone on their first time. You're going to say that someone does their first time has a disadvantage because it's just their first time. It's like, obviously they have a little bit of a
And,
disadvantage, but like that's not something you can control either.
and at the end of the day, you still have to go compete and beat 90 or 100 other guys. Like,
Yes.
you still have to go win a golf tournament. And I don't think people are putting that in perspective. Like, you have to put 4 days of golf together
Yeah.
and win the tournament.
And how hard it is to do that. I mean, that was Rory's 30th PGA Tour win, which it sounds like a lot, but I mean, like that's a crazy amount. Like some people end their PGA Tour careers with like 6 wins. Like winning on the
If
PGA
that,
Tour is so hard.
that's like,
6 wins is
that's,
really good.
that's a well-known name.
Yeah,
6 wins, like they're constantly getting like talked about. They're a name that's known on tour. Some guys go 8 years before they win their first one.
yeah.
It's like
Or like look at
look at
Tommy. Tommy has one win.
look at Gary Woodland. His last win was how long ago?
Yeah, like 2019 or
And
something like that, and he
and
wins again
then
this year.
everyone kind of forgets about him, and then he wins again, and then everyone's talking about him again.
Yeah,
Like, to win a golf tournament, especially with the level of competition there is nowadays,
hmm
like you are a good player.
yeah. My
And
dad
there's
and I
so
were
many
arguing
guys.
about that. The level of competition. I was arguing that the level of competition now is so much greater. I mean, obviously, my dad being older, I think he's a little biased, but just nowadays, every pro golfer is doing everything they possibly can to become a better golfer. Whether it's flexibility, mobility, strength training, cardio training, and then they're using all the technology that there is now, shot tracer technology. I mean, these guys have their distances dialed to like 1 or 2 yards because they're sitting there and they know what their spin rate is, whatever. They can feel it. They know what the ball's doing, and they can just tell you what the distance is going to be.
Yeah, and I think that's a testament across all sports nowadays. There's so much technology and things available to athletes where they're just going to keep getting better and better.
hmm
And like back in the day, it was just kind of like go play.
Yep.
There wasn't meeting with sports psychologists,
Yep.
getting in the weight room, doing flexibility, having a routine the day of, eating this, nutrition. Oh, what am I going to have on the course to keep me fueled?
Yep.
Like back in the day, it was, I'm going to rip a cig and just hopefully I hit this one at the hole.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Exactly. It was way, and then there's so much like data and analytics that just goes into course preparation too, like shots, strokes gained, like where you're going to be at to have better strokes gained. Like there's just so much data that goes into it. Like I saw someone post too. It's like back in the day, call it when Tiger was playing. There's probably like 5 golfers who had a really good chance to win every tournament. You could probably narrow it almost every tournament down to about 5 golfers. Now it's like
yeah,
when Akshay Bhatia won whatever he won the Arnold Palmer. I don't even think he was on a lot of people's radar to win the Arnold Palmer, and he wins the Arnold Palmer. It's like these guys are there's like 40 people who could win every week.
every single week. It's unreal. Like the level of competition is through the roof. And like you said, it's truly more entertaining because you never know who's going to win. A
Correct.
guy can a guy can be 7 strokes off the lead. It's kind of like what I think about like the NBA now. You'll see a team up by 22, 25 points at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of the third quarter, they're up by 7.
Yeah.
It's like where'd they come from?
Exactly. Like a 20-point lead is nothing in the NBA anymore because the pace of play is so fast,
Yeah. And
there's just
like
so many
Paul,
runs.
truly anybody can go out on the PGA Tour and shoot 63, 62.
Yep.
It's like it's fascinating.
I mean, perfect example. Rory goes 12 under first 2 rounds, finishes at 12 under, goes 73, 71. So it's like
Like
it's very possible. It's not just
I just I can't believe like every person kind of sold themselves out of that tournament.
they really did. Rose was struggling. The only person who looked like they were really trying to do anything was Scotty, but Scotty for some reason forgets how to play golf before the weekend. I don't know.
And like
He's
holes
me before the
four
weekend.
holes 4 through 14 yesterday, he just couldn't make a birdie. It
Yep.
makes you wonder if he birdies 7, does that kind of boost him and he goes on a little run like he did at the end?
Yeah. Exactly.
Or like if he makes that putt on 17, does that boost him into 18?
Yeah, just missed the
Like,
putt on 17. I know you weren't watching, but it was. I think he had a downhill putt and he just missed it. But
oh,
like I
they
know
were
you
going
weren't
crazy.
watching, but like Rory's shot on 12 was one of the best shots on Sunday at 12 I've ever seen. I mean, he had like the fourth birdie of the day on number 12. It's a beautiful shot, like 8 feet.
What hole was it? It might have been like 13. They were making a big deal because he hit his shot. And like if it had any backspin, it would have been in the creek. But
Nah,
luckily
I don't.
he jumped forward. I
13,
can't
both
think.
him and Cam went over. They went that
Okay,
because
so
that
it wasn't
they were out that like that. They were in front of that back left bunker because that green kind of is
I
kind of
think
like left to right up. And
they
that
were
hole was crazy
making
too though because at the time Cam Young still is in position to win. I think he's 1 shot back of or 2 shots back of Rory, and it's looking like all right if Rory misses this birdie putt and Cam makes it, then we got a 1 shot lead, and then Cam misses the birdie putt and Rory makes it, so then he goes up 3.
and then can we talk about Justin Rose?
Yeah, he collapsed
That
too,
hurt.
dude, and he was second place. It looked like
Dude,
for a
I was
while it was
on
gonna.
the
I'm like, are we gonna see another Rose Rory playoff?
at one point wasn't he up by like 2
Yeah, I
on
think
like
he
hole
was.
10 or something?
Yeah, because Rory went
And then he like
double on where did he double 3 or no he doubled.
it was
Yeah,
early.
he went like double and then bogey and back to back. He went 3 over and or 2 hole stretch.
And I was listening to it while driving and they're like, Justin Rose just chunked it. He hit behind the ball. And I was like, he just forgot how to play golf.
Yeah, let's see. Rose did collapse on the back nine. Let's see who he shot in the back nine. But I mean, there's that old saying too: the Masters doesn't start till the back nine on Sunday, or second nine on Sunday, because they don't say back nine.
Yeah.
But let's see what Rose did on this. See, he still finished tied 3, which is crazy. Back to back top 3 finishes. But yeah, he shoots a 38, 2 over 38 on the back nine, bogeying 11 and 12, and then parring 13, which was a scoreable hole.
Yeah,
Um,
he three jacked that, I think, because he was on it too,
yeah,
I
I think
think.
he
I
might
remember
have.
saying.
And yeah, so I mean, he shoots if he goes even par, he's tied for the lead because he did have a spectacular. He went 4 under on the front, but Where Rory was kind of the opposite. Rory went even on the front and then one under on the back, bogeying 18. But I mean, that's all he needed to win, so who cares? But yeah, Rory birdies 12 and 13, which at the end of Amen Corner and takes the lead and just held on to it the whole round. But I was gonna tell you why I like Rory, and then we got off into a tangent. But when I started watching golf, Rory was good, and my brother really liked Ricky Fowler because my brother likes orange. You know, my brother always wore orange.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he liked Ricky Fowler, and back then, Ricky never ended up winning a major, but it almost seemed like Ricky was he was at the top of the leaderboard for every tournament.
Always.
Yeah,
Always.
and Rory was up there too, so we were just like had like a little like I always wanted Rory to win, he always wanted Ricky to win, and then I liked Rory because he was from Northern Ireland and my family's Irish. I forget. I think Northern Ireland is technically not Ireland, but he's Irish and my family's Irish, so I liked Rory because of that. And when you're just 14, who cares? I mean, Tiger is still my favorite golfer of all time. I would never want like if it was down to Tiger versus Rory, I would want Tiger to win. But I love Rory and I've loved him since. And I went through 10 years of him not winning a major, so people can be as mad as well and hate Rory as much as they want, but he's still a 6-time major champion, and I mean, he's probably got 10 more years of chances to win another major. So he's got probably 40 more
Hmm.
attempts. Maybe he ends up getting the 10. Who knows?
And that's the thing. Like he's been doing it for so long,
Mm-hmm.
and he still has how much left in the tank. That's the
Yeah.
scary part.
I mean, perfect example. Justin Rose would have been the second oldest winner if he would have won this week. He would have been older than when Tiger when he won. He would have only been younger than Jack, and he's back to back top three finishes, and he's competing for at the Masters. It's what's I guess seems like every year now, and he's 46 or something. So and Roy's 36. So saying he has 10 years left to compete for major championships is not unrealistic at all.
And that's the beautiful thing about golf, man.
Yeah.
Like you can be 43 and go squeak one out.
Yeah. Phil
It's
won a major
like
at 50.
it's never, it's never over.
Yeah, especially now because
Like
I mean, Rory said he feels like he's 26. He's 36. It feels like he's 26. I mean, again, it goes back to golf is one of those things too where you can play it a really long time, especially if you're taking care of your body. Like you don't have to worry about like I know basketball is less of a contact sport, but like even LeBron's taking care of his body. You don't have to worry about getting hit, but you still have to worry about freak injuries. You don't have to worry about too many freak injuries in golf. If you're taking care of your body well, you'll be able to play for a long time.
right.
And Tom Brady and LeBron kind of set the standard for that. And I mean, you best believe anyone who's a professional athlete who wants to have any longevity whatsoever is taking notes out of their playbook. Especially, I mean, I know LeBron isn't too good from the nutrition standpoint, but especially from like Tom Brady's. Tom Brady is like the greatest playbook to play forever. He played football until he was like 45.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Just gotta drink some avocado tequila and you'll be fine. Now, the only other question I asked you, because we won't do songs, because you already did songs, but unless you want to pick 3 songs, I still haven't gone through all the other ones. I say this every week, still haven't done it.
I'm probably good on the
All
songs.
right, but you got to pick a winner and 3 top 10s for what I forget which tournament is next week. It's a signature event. Do you know off the top of your head? Oh, RBC Heritage, which I think Rory also said he wasn't playing it, which he didn't play. Uh, he
Let's
didn't play
see
last year
here.
either. But RBC Heritage is kind of like a mini Masters. You actually get a jacket for winning that too, a little plaid jacket. But also the guest pickers right now, the record is uh, 5 for the guests, 3 for me. No one's picked the correct winner, but the guests have 5 top 10 selections. I only have 3. So what you got?
Jake Knapp.
Jake Knapp. You know what's funny? I just listened to your last one. I think you picked Jake Knapp in the top 10 last time
I
too.
probably did.
Yeah.
He's been playing good. Um,
By the way, we also only have 4 minutes remaining on the Zoom, so if we run out, we'll just pop back in. But
JT, I know he won it last year,
He did win it
but
last year.
I think JT plays well. Hmm. Is Max Homa playing?
Hold on, I'll check it 1 second. Um, I think you picked Max Homa last time too.
No, okay, I'll switch it up.
You
Give
can pick the
me
same.
no Chris
Max Homa
Goddard.
is playing.
He's been
Chris Goddard has been
he's
playing well.
been-
I almost put. Did I put him in? I didn't. I almost did. I thought about putting him in my 10. So who'd you
I
just say?
want Chris
You said JT, Chris
Goddard.
Goddard up. Did you say anyone else yet?
Yep. Jake Knapp,
Jake
if
Knapp.
he's playing.
Okay. So then who do you have winning?
I think Scotty gets it done finally this year.
Yep. Well,
It's
he's won
so
this year
weird.
already.
Has he? Am I tripping?
Yeah, he won like the American Express or something.
All right,
It
he's
it
running it back.
it
He's
sounds
running.
so crazy because it feels like he hasn't won because it feels like he's not even playing well, but he is playing well.
That's the thing. It's because we've got him at such a high standard right now, where it's like if he's not winning or in the final group on Sunday, it's like is Scotty human?
Yeah,
Is he falling off?
he just got to figure out how to play golf on Thursday, Friday, and this year Friday killed him. I think he shot 74 on Friday.
Plus, this will be the if he wins, it'll be his first win with his new kid. Yeah,
That is
give me
true.
Scotty.
Just had a new child. I
Give me Scotty.
actually also picked Scotty to win, and I'm pretty sure he won the RBC Heritage 2 years ago. I think he won it recently, within the last
He
3 or 4
sounds
years.
familiar.
Uh, and then I picked JT for top 10 as well because I think he'll be looking to defend. He's been playing great golf this year too. He's been playing great golf last year now. So I think he's, especially since he'll be looking to defend, I think he'll be a little more locked in than he would be for. I mean, obviously he's probably always locked in, but there's a little more pride to trying to defend than there is trying to just go out and win. And then I have Tommy Fleetwood, which I said last week when I put him in my top 10, probably more of an emotional pick. Probably is more of an emotional pick, but I think he'll be looking to. He was in a great position after the first 2 rounds of the Masters. I think he was in the top 10 or so, and then I think he went like +4 even or something, and kind of fell out of it. But and then I also have Shane Lowry. Shane Lowry's been playing great, but Shane Lowry's also been playing terrible on Sundays. He should have won a tournament this year and went like triple to finish. Can't remember what tournament that was. But he also was another guy who kind of collapsed as well. People were wondering if it was going to be the two. I think Shane's also from Northern Ireland or he's from Ireland. So I know there's a big watch party at some pub in Ireland for both Rory
The
and
Hollywood
Shane.
Golf Club.
Yep.
It's
Uh,
that's the one I kept hearing.
yeah, are they both from the Hollywood Golf Club? I know that Rory's from Hollywood, Northern Ireland.
I don't know. I just kept hearing that on repeat during my drive home. And here we go at the Hollywood Golf
Yep.
Club. Hopefully, stocked up on extra pints.
Yeah, if you saw it on the screen, every table had like 40 empty pints of Guinness. I was like, man, that's where I should be watching.
I can only imagine how they went after he won.
Oh man, I will say the last 2 years now, Tasha's family has hosted a Masters Sunday watch party, and her dad makes food and there's drinks and stuff like that. Tasha made some pimento cheese sandwiches and egg salad sandwiches, and then last year she made the Exalia cocktail. This year she made a transfusion. I just drank beer because uh, I don't put juice with my liquor, but um, 2 years in a row now they've hosted a Masters watch party, and 2 years in a row Rory has won. So if it goes 3 for 3, I
Well,
think I
don't
have to
do
do
it
it every
next year.
year. Yeah,
Don't
don't do it
don't
next
do
year.
it
Don't do it
next
next year. All right, we are gonna run out of time here in a second, but I do have a couple more things to ask you because I know some of your players want to be on the podcast. So, all right, as I was saying, I do want to have some of your players on the pod. I know some of them want to be on the pod, but I want to make it a little bit of a challenge because I know a couple of them asked on. I don't want to have 5 on or 4 on or 3 on or however many it is. I just want to have one to start at least. So you're gone till through this weekend. So you'll be back for practice coming up next week.
Correct.
All right. If obviously it's up to you, but I think you should host like a little contest to see who makes it. Get the guys who want to actually be on it. Host a little contest after practice. And I was thinking, and you can tell me if you like this idea or not. I was thinking, you know how we used to always do around the green at Wash, wedges only, and we would the winner of the hole picks the next hole, and we would go through and play 9 holes. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I definitely could set that up. I could. I'd probably have to do a whole bracket because they're like they all want to be on it.
Do
I don't know if I don't know if they like DM'd the pod on Instagram.
I don't know if
I
anyone
don't
did.
know if they ended up doing that, but they
Let me see.
were talking. One of our tournaments, the whole van ride back. You got to get us on there, got it. And I'm like, just text the pod,
No, it doesn't look like anyone ever DM'd
and
me.
they probably didn't, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I could probably set that up.
Well,
I
here's what you do. If
know
you got multiple guys, do 18 holes and do a cut after 9. Add a little pressure.
because I know they like I'll get back Sunday. They have a tournament Sunday that I won't be at. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday we'll have practice. And then we have our conference tournament Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
But I could definitely have them do that. I honestly could probably get a feeling this week on how many of them actually want to do it.
Well, they'll probably be listening to us
And
again, I assume.
oh yeah, they the one our van ride the one week they turned it on in the van. So I'm just driving and over the speakers I just hear me and you talking and I'm like
Little deja vu.
so yeah, I'm assuming as soon as this gets posted and like we share it to our Instagram stories and all
Yep.
that, they're all going to be tapped right in listening. So yeah, that would actually be fun seeing them compete for it.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun too. We used to love doing that. We used to do that all the time when we had free time. You gotta make a putt with the wedges though, because we putted with the wedges.
See, now here's the thing. Would you want me on that podcast as well?
Yeah, you can be on there if you want.
Well, because I kind of want like I'm kind of curious, like
Or it could be you could be on for like 20 minutes and it could be just a one-on-one or something.
because like them listening to this, like I don't know if I want to say it, but like I'm kind of interested to see how they would talk, like about me or like as me as a coach without me there.
Yeah, I'll tell them. I'll edit it all out. And say anything bad you want about Travis, I'll edit it all out.
Beep 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 beep. Uh, but yeah, I think that's actually a great way to do that.
Yeah, I think you gotta
Get
do a
some
little
practice
contest.
in
A little pressure
while
too.
still, yeah,
Who's
yeah,
gonna be
that would
breathing
be.
a little heavy over that wedge shot?
Oh, I gotta be on the pod, man. They would be like that too because they're so invested like in this pod. It is hilarious. They're like, gotta get us on that pod. They say it like 2 times a week. I'm like, dude, you'll get on there eventually. Like,
Yeah, actually think you're one with Neil. I had my most accumulative listeners through Spotify and YouTube. I think we had like 60 views on YouTube and we had like 20 streams on Spotify. So pretty cool.
I won't forget, dude. I literally posted on my Instagram story, and I walked into our calf to get lunch today or get lunch the next day, and they're literally at the table listening to it, and I walk up and they're like, "What's up, Trav?" And I'm like, "Hey guys, like, what up?" Uh, yeah, that's I definitely we'll definitely get that cracking.
Yeah, it eliminates favoritism too. You're not just picking.
Yeah, because like
They
if
earn it.
you were gonna say pick, if you were gonna say pick one, I was gonna be like, at that point, none of them are coming on because
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
there's too many to pick from. Like,
Exactly. Yeah, unless you could think of a better competition, but I think it kind of throws it back to. I mean, do they do that just for fun like we did?
not really. So more of our guys, like instead of like sticking around the putting green and chipping and putting against each other, like they'll just go out and play.
Yeah. I
Like we
guess we
have
didn't always
a
have the
lot of our
ability to
guys,
do that. So
right?
yeah,
Like, and that's where we kind of like started doing that stuff. It's like, we're kind of we want to get more practice in, but we can't really go play. Head, 1v1, heads up, let's go. Like,
yeah.
so yeah, they'd definitely be interested in that though.
I mean, you could even do a full-on match play bracket if you really wanted to. I mean, you can make it as extreme or as simple as you want, but I mean, I can't believe we never got in trouble for that in Walsh. I remember hitting like flop shots from the first tee box onto the putting green. I'm so shocked none of us ever sculled one and hit it back at us because it was elevated off those rocks or hit it into the freaking clubhouse.
We used to do some funky stuff, dude.
Oh yeah,
I miss that, dude. Our team was so much fun.
yeah. We do putting contests too because then we'd have one to the tiny hole always.
And then Josh would always go like his behind the back between the legs
Yep.
putt.
Somehow he was better at putting like that I almost feel than regular putting. He was a great putter.
I feel like it was cash every time.
Oh, he was so good at it. And back to our team, we played in the entire Rec Concordia basketball league together too.
With the polos out.
Multi sport athletes. And it just came to my
Wait,
memories today, and I shared it into the our old chat. That thing's probably been I had to brush off the cobwebs of the chat. Yep, there it is. If you can get close enough, yeah, I'm wearing a bow tie, a pink swimsuit, pink shirt, and a pink bow tie. I just found that bow tie unpacking too, and I was like, aha, that's where it went.
what a squad, man.
Crazy thing is, there was like 10 teams in that, and we were top three the whole time.
Yeah, we had you out there going for 40. And we're all just getting cardio in. We're like, just get it to Zach.
Yeah,
Get it to Zach.
I think one of the games I scored 50 against the football team. The football team came out like they were gonna beat us, and we're like, all right, hold on, guys, slow down a little bit.
And I remember towards the end, I just started showing up in funky outfits with the clipboard. Yeah, you guys got it.
Yep.
Felt like Jay Will in that interview when he's talking about Ant. Hey, why ain't number 2 in the game? Is he supposed to be? He's the number 1 player in the country. Timeout. Ant, get in the game. For who, coach? Anyone you want, bro.
Yep, exactly.
You were our Ant. Yep. Anyone you want, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I felt bad because I wasn't passing a lot, but I knew we all wanted to win too. So
Hey, I don't need the ball.
yeah,
Feel like magic.
I think we thought it was funny trolling the other teams too, especially like because I think the
Just
football team
imagine
had like 3 teams and only one of their teams was actually good at basketball.
a group of dudes walking in polos,
Not
just
even conforming colored polos either, all different colors.
just hooping on you. Oh, geez.
All right, well that's all I got for you, Travis. Unless you want to ask me anything.
I'm all good on my end, Bert.
All right.
Appreciate you having me, man.
Well, I'll see you. We'll be in touch for whatever I want to know whatever contest you're gonna do before you do it too, and then
All right.
we'll plan it out. If you want to wait till after the season too, you can wait till after the season. I don't know if you got. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you guys are a D3 school, right? So you probably can't practice after the season.
Our season ends the 25th on a Saturday. And then the next week is their exam weeks, but they'd be able to find time. So
Yeah, I'm sure that
we could do it
breaks
that
from
way.
studying, anyways.
Oh, as if some of them study anyway. I get those. Hey, we get those attendance reports. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, man, I appreciate you having me on again, man. It was a blast.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Enjoy your time home. Enjoy that wedding you're attending, and safe travels back.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, Bert.
Yep. See you, bro.
Deuces.